Hello students, welcome once again to my channel. Now in this session we have a limit question over here. The limit as s approaches 0, we have x to the power 6 divided by tan s minus sin s all to the power squared. Now if you are new here, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified anytime we post a new video. We post videos of this sort. So quickly let's look at this question. So we have the limit as s is approaching 0, right? And then s to the power 6 being divided by tan x here, then minus sin x here, all to the power squared. Now what we can do is that since we have tan, we can write tan in terms of sine, right? So quickly let's do that. So s approaches 0, we have s to the power 6 here, right, being divided by tan is just sine x over cos x here minus sine x here all to the power squared. All right, so now from here what we do is since we have sine on both sides, we can factorize it out. So we are still working on the denominator, just leave the numerator like that. So sine x here, then we have 1 over cos x here minus 1, and then we have remember it is squared and this one will also be squared, right? Okay, so now from here we can simplify that. So s to the power 6 here being divided by sine x here, sine squared x, and then simplifying this we just have 1 minus cos squared, cos x being divided by cos x here, and then we just add the square to it, right? Now from here what we do is so quickly let's continue here. So from here we have s approaches 0, s to the power 6 here, and then we have being divided by s squared x here. So we have 1, remember we have 1 minus cos x here, and then with the cos x here it is cos s squared, so it goes to the top there, so we have cos squared x in this case, right? So from here what we do is simplify it further. So we have just cos squared x here, and then we have s to the power 6, right, being divided by sine squared x, then 1 minus cos s all squared. Now since we have to the power x, let me leave this also in the power x, right? So writing that in the power of x, we can have cos squared x, we can write this as s squared, and then also we can have x then all squared being divided by, and then with this place we have sine x here, sine squared s minus cos s here squared, right? So in this case we can just separate them and then do it individually. So we can have cos squared x, since we have s squared, we can just consider that. So we have sine x, so let's put the square here, then multiplied by, we have x over 1 minus cos x here, but then let's square that also, right? So from here what we're going to do is that we can just substitute the 0 into it, but then let's use the L'Hopital's rule in solving that. So using the L'Hopital's rule, right, using the L'Hopital's rule, so we differentiate cos squared s. So we differentiate cos squared s, and then we, so okay, so for this one I can so for this I can straightly cos squared cos s is just 1, cos s is just 1, so that is when I substitute the 1 into it. Now over here when I differentiate s squared, I'll get just 2x, right? So I differentiate it, I get 2x, and I differentiate it again. Sorry, it is the square is out here. So when I differentiate this, I get 1, and then when I differentiate sine, I get cos x, right? So all of this is to the power squared, and then over here we have remember it is already squared before the squared here, so we can differentiate this. Then we are just going to get 2x. We differentiate it again, and then we are just left with 2. Over here we differentiate that, it goes away. Minus cos s, we differentiate minus cos s, and then we have, so we differentiate cos, we get minus sine s, which will be positive. So we have just the sine x. Are we okay? So we have sine x here, and then when we differentiate sine x, we are just going to get cos x. So we want to leave everything in terms of cos, right? So over here what we did was to just apply L'Hopital's rule on both sides, right? We have x over sine x. We differentiate x here, we get 1. We differentiate sine, we get cos, right? So now it is in terms of cos, and we know that cos 0 is just 1. So in this case we have the limit as s is approaching 0, as we did over here. Cos s is just 1, so we have just 1 squared, and then over here we just have cos 0 is also 1, so we also have 1 to the power squared, and then the whole of this also we have s squared. We differentiate it 2 times, we just have 2. We differentiate this also 2 times, so we differentiate this, it goes to 0. We differentiate cos s, we get sine s. We differentiate sine again, we just have cos s. So cos 0 is just 1, and then we also have that one to be 2. Remember, it also has squared, so we have squared here. So from here what is left is just 1 plus 1 here plus 4, which is equal to so 2 squared is just 4, and then our answer here will just, so remember it is multiplying rather, so we are just multiplying them, then our answer here will be equal to 4, right? So that will be it for the limit. So thank you very much for joining me in this session. If you are new here, please like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to be notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in another section.